There's a dark cloud that can hover over St. Paul at times. It feels like a curse.
I don't want to think St. Paul's cursed, but too many boats have gotten in there, but not back out.
In the northernmost reaches of the Bering Sea lies a danger-ridden rock known as St. Paul Island. It's blessed with the world's most prolific crab processing plant, but cursed by the Bering Sea's deadliest port entrance.
King crab season was closed down. The Apelio's now down by 88%. With that in mind, the only option for the crab fleet to deliver its product is to St. Paul.
You've got huge waves, a narrow opening.
It's shallow, it gets iced in.
You think that everything's gonna be fine when you go in there, but any mistake, and you're dead.
Last Opelio season.
Well, here we go. Trying to get into harbor with between these gigantic swells that they're monstrous. Look out, look out! Yeah, we're trying to abort here. We need to turn around.
Captain Wild Bill Wichrowski sprints toward the rocky inlet.
Come on, turn.
Amid a 25-foot southerly swell.
I knew that if I didn't turn, we could not go through another one of these. It would throw us right on the rocks. So I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't think it'd be as bad as it was. I thought we'd just take a pretty good hit, but the timing couldn't have been worse. We're
out there, that's dangerous right there.
We were completely parallel to the face of the waves. It broke right on top of the house and literally just laid us over. I would say we were over about 95 degrees in the heat of the thing. Gotta clear this point, boys. I can remember I'm screaming at the boat to turn, and
we're not out of it, Bill. We got to get out of the surf zone, man.
I had cuts all over my head because basically we took a boat that's like this, went like this, so everything that was free on this side of the boat, there were camera equipment, batteries, lenses, it was all projectiles smacking into me on the other side. And while we were still over, water was up past my knees on that side of the wheelhouse in front of the chair, just from that window being down a few inches. I'm all excited because it was a precarious situation. Everybody's on board?
Yeah!
Whoa!
Everywhere.
I knew once we got the nose in it, we were fine, but I mean, stuff was everywhere. The crew got hammered with parts and pieces in the bow.
Windows were in the water. I thought that was it.
That had me rattled for a good long time, like seriously considering packing my bags because I was that scared, you know?
Nowhere in my plans is drowning or a boat being my coffin.
One guy didn't want to come back because it was too much for him. He said, never again. DJ Campbell was like, never again. It was just too much for him.
The deck is a complete shambles, and you can see these guys look up at the wheelhouse like, are you crazy? But whatever, if I didn't do what I did, the boat would have been a fixture on the rocks.
You know, it's bad when there's water on the ceiling, man.
That was gnarly.
We're inside.
It's one of them ones you'll talk about for years. I mean, you can ask any of these guys. Nobody takes it for granted going in there. It's not an easy place to deliver, but it's such a necessity You know, that's kind of the lifeline for the snow crab in the industry. It's where it needs to be.
While Bill's attempted return to St. Paul ended in near disaster. In 1945, when Native Alaskans were allowed to return to their land at the end of World War II, there was new hope in the form of a blossoming fishery.
In the beginning, there was so much money to be made. It was go until you drop.
As the fisheries moved north, St. Paul became an offload site for some of the most prolific fisheries on the planet.
The wealth generated by the bustling new seafood trade fueled economic growth for the island citizens.
As nations clamored to reap the harvest from the northern latitudes, St. Paul and the Aleut people thrived.
They were now provided with a new economic boost. They went from seal to crab. This was the early stages of the fishing industry that we know today.
Over the next 70 years, commercial fishing would revitalize this remote island community. But this newfound prosperity doesn't diminish the threat the island poses to the fleet, who have no choice but to roll the dice against the treacherous harbor more than ever before.
There aren't many boats fishing crab this year, but every one of them is going to have to go into St. Paul. All right, everything's good downstairs.
Roger, just inspected, everything's good.
All right. Carry on. Let's keep going, man. Let's get this boat ready to go.
You got it, Cap.
I'm doing everything I can to make sure my boat and my crew are safe.
St. Paul Harbor, make no mistake, is a dangerous place. Still, after 32 years driving it out of there, still got to change my underwear sometimes.
You know, that island is a nightmare. Seriously. Boogeyman's running around. Freddy Krueger's with them. We better know what we're doing.
At the end of the day, there's no avoiding the perils at St. Paul. The element of danger is at every corner. All we can do is accept that fact and prepare for it.